What if the biggest problem in government isn't bad people, but a system that slowly drifts?
Imagine the government as a giant machine, not a scary one, just a huge, complicated system with thousands of workers, offices, and rules. Some people are elected, many others are not. They are experts, analysts, and rule writers who help carry out the laws Congress passes. Most days, the machine runs fine. But like any machine, it can drift. Not because of villains, but because big systems tend to grow, stretch, and sometimes forget their limits. Drift usually starts small. A new problem appears, something technical, scientific, or urgent. Congress doesn't have time to write every detail, so it hands the job to an agency. The agency writes rules to solve the problem. Then another problem comes, more rules, more power, more responsibility. Over time, the machine becomes so large that even the people inside it can't see the whole picture. The system begins to act on its own momentum. Not evil, just big. And big systems can forget who they serve. As the machine grows, something else happens. The rules it creates start to pile up. Some rules are helpful, some are outdated, some are confusing, and some reach farther than the Constitution ever intended. People begin to feel like decisions are being made far away by people they never voted for, in rooms they will never see. This is when trust starts to fade. Not because of one person, but because the system has drifted away from the public it was built to serve. And today, you can see that loss of trust clearly. Public approval of Congress has fallen to around 10%, near the lowest ever recorded. That doesn't happen overnight. It happens when people feel disconnected, unheard, and unsure who is really in charge. It's not just frustration with one party or one moment. It's a signal that something deeper in the system has drifted. But here's the turning point. Low approval doesn't fix anything. It only reveals the problem. The system doesn't correct itself. It responds to pressure. And in this country, that pressure comes from the people. There are only a few real ways that happens. First, elections. Free, fair, and honest elections are the most direct reset button in the system. They don't just express frustration, they replace it with direction. But elections only work when people show up informed, pay attention before they vote, and follow through after. Second, Congress doing its job. Congress is supposed to write clear laws, set firm boundaries, and take responsibility. When it doesn't, power doesn't disappear. It moves. It shifts into agencies, into rules, into decisions made further away from the people. Drift doesn't slow down when Congress steps back. It speeds up. Third, presidential pressure. A president can act quickly through executive orders, set priorities, and push Congress to respond. But executive orders are not a final answer. They are temporary. They can be challenged, they can be reversed, and when major decisions depend on them alone, it's a sign Congress has not finished the job. Real stability only comes when laws are written, debated, and passed. Fourth, the states. The Constitution allows the states to step in when Congress won't act. It's called a convention of states. Right now, 20 states have already signed on. 34 are required to trigger it. That means the path exists, but it's not there yet. And it was never meant to be the first option. It's a pressure valve, a way to restore balance if everything else stalls. All of this points to one truth. The system moves when the people move. When people step back, drift grows. When people step forward, drift shrinks. To understand drift, it helps to look at real moments when it happened. Not to blame people, but to see how large systems can slide away from their limits and how the Constitution pulls them back. The CDC issued a nationwide eviction ban during the pandemic. The Supreme Court later ruled the agency had gone beyond the authority Congress gave it. A clear example of drift, corrected by the courts. The EPA tried to reshape the entire U.S. power grid through regulation. The court ruled the agency didn't have that kind of authority. Another case of drift, a big goal, but the wrong tool. An Inspector General report found that IRS staff used improper criteria to flag nonprofit groups. It wasn't about politics. It was about a system creating its own rules without clear guidance. Oversight brought it back. The FDA used a tobacco law to regulate a wide range of new products. Courts said parts of the rule went beyond what Congress intended. Drift corrected by judicial review. The NSA collected large amounts of phone metadata under a broad reading of the Patriot Act. A federal court ruled the program exceeded what Congress allowed. Congress then passed a new law to tighten oversight. Across all 5 examples, the pattern is the same. A problem appears. An agency tries to solve it. The solution grows bigger than the authority Congress gave, and the system gets pulled back toward balance. There are warning signs when a system is drifting. Rules too complex for ordinary people. Agencies acting without clear direction from Congress. Decisions that feel disconnected from everyday life. A sense that no one is clearly responsible. These signs don't mean the system is broken. They mean it needs maintenance, the same way a car needs a tune-up before the engine starts to smoke. The Constitution gives us a map for fixing drift. It says Congress writes the laws, the executive branch carries them out, the courts check for fairness and limits them. But the Constitution assumes something even more important: a people capable of self-government. John Adams once wrote, "Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other." His point wasn't about forcing belief. It was about responsibility. A free system only works when the people themselves are strong enough to guide it. So how does a huge system stay on track? Congress must give clear instructions. Agencies must stay inside those boundaries. Courts must enforce the limits. And the people must stay involved. Because the Constitution doesn't start with we the government. It starts with we the people. In the end, this story isn't about a hidden group or a secret force. It's about something simpler and more human. Large systems drift when no one is steering. They stay on track when the branches of government do their jobs and when the people guide them. The Constitution gives the map, but the people hold the compass. And when both work together, when the people stay informed, when Congress sets clear limits, when agencies respect those limits, and when courts enforce them, the system serves the people the way it was meant to. Because in our country, the highest authority isn't a branch of government. It isn't an agency, it isn't a department. The highest authority is the people.
Do you think the system is drifting out of control or still serving the people? Comment your take below. Thank you so much for watching.
Please support the channel by clicking the logo on the left to go to our channel to subscribe, or the screen on the right for your next video. Thanks again.
Your next video is now ready.